Trump's return, implications for Ukraine, the Middle East, and China. As Donald Trump prepares for a potential return to the White House, the landscape of U.S. foreign policy is poised for dramatic change amid ongoing global conflicts. His campaign has been marked by broad promises centered around an America First doctrine, emphasizing non-interventionism and trade protectionism. Ukraine and NATO, a new approach? Trump has claimed he could end the war between Russia and Ukraine in a day, although specifics remain elusive. A recent paper by former national security advisors suggests that U.S. military support for Ukraine could become contingent on peace negotiations with Russia, potentially delaying Ukraine's NATO aspirations. Critics warn that this could signal a dangerous retreat for Ukraine and threaten European stability, as Trump has long been skeptical of NATO, often accusing European allies of relying too heavily on U.S. military support. While some allies view Trump's hardline stance as a negotiating tactic, NATO leaders are left to ponder the implications of his victory for the alliance's future and deterrence capabilities against hostile nations. Middle East, a fragile peace? Turning to the Middle East, Trump has promised to bring peace to the region, aiming to resolve the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict and tensions with Hezbollah. He has suggested that had he been in power, his maximum pressure policy on Iran would have prevented Hamas from launching attacks on Israel. This approach would likely mirror his previous administration's tactics, withdrawing from the Iran nuclear deal, reimposing sanctions, and taking decisive military actions against Iranian leadership. Under Trump, U.S. policy has been staunchly pro-Israel, garnering support from his evangelical base, but critics argue this has destabilized the region further. The Palestinians, feeling abandoned, have found themselves increasingly isolated, particularly after the Abraham Accords normalized relations between Israel and several Arab nations without addressing Palestinian statehood. As tensions escalate, it remains uncertain how Trump will balance his support for Israel with the urgent need for a resolution in Gaza. His unpredictable nature could either serve as a diplomatic asset or complicate the already volatile situation. China, the next challenge. While the focus on Ukraine and the Middle East dominates discussions, Trump's approach to China will also be scrutinized. His administration previously took a tough stance on trade and military maneuvers in the Asia-Pacific region. Expect a continuation of this aggressive posture as he seeks to leverage American interests against China's growing influence. As Trump charts a course through these complex international waters, the world watches closely. His victory could not only redefine U.S. foreign policy but also alter the dynamics of global power in a time of unprecedented uncertainty.